I read the Screwtape's Letters by C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis was a professor at both Oxford and Cambridge University. He did more than just write books. He was also a poet, theologian, broadcaster, and a Christian apologist. He was good friends with J.R.R. Tolkien. His belief in the Bible and Christianity impacted his work. The book is set in England during war. The reason this is important to the plot is because temptation is more common in times of stress and terror. One of the main characters, known as the patient, gets called to serve time in war. He experiences more doubt and fear during the time that he serves than he would during times of peace. Another place where the book setting is, it's in an eerie office in hell where Screwtape, one of the main characters, writes his letters. Screwtape is a high-ranking demon. His main goal is to promote and increase misery and despair on Earth. He is very wise, sneaky, cranky, sly, and evil. He does not have a body, but at one point he transforms himself into a caterpillar. We learn that he can change into anything, even an angel of light. He is in charge of training his nephew Wormwood. Wormwood is a beginning demon and he needs to learn the ways to tempt his patient. He isn't as smart as his uncle Screwtape. He is easily distracted by short victories, and if he fails, he gets punished. He is, in a way, foolish and naive. At the start of the book, the patient is a single atheist. During the book, he becomes a Christian and gets engaged to a devout Christian woman. He is also called into military service, which becomes a spot that Wormwood attempts to thrive in and gain access to his soul. The story is one conflict after another. There is a constant battle between good and evil for his soul. Each letter brings in and focuses on different types of life situations which can be used for good and evil. During the war, Screwtape wants to use fear and pride against the patient and the enemy, which in this case is God, which God uses faith and surrender instead. This book genre is epistolary because it is written in form of letters. It's also a Christian apologetics novel because it was written in defense of Christian theology, and it's also satire because it uses humor and wit to focus on greater social issues. The novel's themes are earthly temptation and eternal perspective. The message from C.S. Lewis is to be aware and guard your heart from the sly tricks of the devil. Temptation does not always come in forms that we would expect it to. Pride, fear, intelligence, smugness, and selfishness are many of the ways the devil works on a person's soul, and you won't even realize it. C.S. Lewis is best known for his fictional work, especially the Screwtape Letters, the Chronicles of Narnia, and the Space Trilogy. And also, he is well known for his non-fictional Christian apologetics, such as Mere Christianity, Miracles, and The Problem of Pain. I would highly recommend this book for people who enjoy being challenged in the way they think about the world. Personally, I loved reading it, and I definitely saw things a lot different after I read this book. One thing I see a lot of people in our school doing is trying to use wit and humor to joke about things that aren't really funny. I realize that if you think something is funny but it hurts another, that isn't that funny. If you read this book, I would highly suggest that you read it with at least one other person, so that you can talk about its deeper meaning. You will have to read the book to see who wins the battle for the patient's soul in the end.